And breaking this morning, CBS News has obtained an internal government list of those Venezuelan men who were deported to El Salvador over the weekend. The White House claims they are all violent gang members. That's what they claim. But the record suggests that that may not be true. So let's bring in CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez, who broke that story for us. So first of all, what did the record show?
Well, the records contains the name of 238 Venezuelan nationals deported to El Salvador last weekend and imprisoned there in that country as part of this mass deportation operation that the Trump administration has been orchestrating. The records themselves do not show whether or not they have criminal histories in the U.S., but we do know from a sworn declaration by an ICE official in federal court, Vlad, that many of the people sent to El Salvador do not have criminal histories in the U.S. Some do, but many do not, according to this ICE official. But they're all being accused, Vlad, of being part of this notorious transnational gang, Tren de Aragua, that originated in Venezuela's prisons. However, lawyers and relatives of the deportees are contesting those allegations and are saying that their family members are non-criminals and that they are not gang members. And that is really at the center of this story, the question of due process, because people are saying that even if these people are alleged gang members, they should have had a day in court in the U.S. to contest those charges and to be able to fight those accusations from the government. They did not get that opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad you honed in on that point, Camilo, because on one hand, you've got the government claiming one thing, that these members are members of a violent gang. One in particular's family members say they are not. So we have due process in this country. And again, people need to understand that due process applies to everyone, not just American citizens, right? So
including people who are here illegally. Yes.
Including people who are here illegally. And so the fact that this gentleman, the one that you focused on in particular, was not able to get his day in court, this is unprecedented.
And the law that the administration is citing to carry out these deportations dates back to 1798, the Alien Enemies Act, and it allows the government to do just that, to summarily arrest, detain, and deport individuals from nations that are orchestrating an invasion or an incursion into the U.S. The administration is arguing that Tren de Aragua is orchestrating that so-called invasion or incursion of the U.S., and that any suspected gang member from Venezuela can be summarily arrested and deported without any of the due process protections outlined in U.S. immigration law. The only criteria that the government has to satisfy to now deport people under this proclamation is that they have to find that the men are 14 or older, that they're Venezuelan, that they lack U.S. citizenship or permanent residency, and that they are allegedly part of this gang. And allegedly is the key word here, Vlad.
Okay, you've got some new reporting as well about migrant detainee flights to Guantanamo. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so last week, the migrant holding facilities at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, were emptied out by the Trump administration, and the detainees being held there were sent to a staging area in Louisiana to be deported from there. But now we have learned that flights of migrant detainees to Guantanamo Bay have resumed. Indeed, yesterday, we are told by U.S. officials, one military aircraft transported about 21 migrant detainees to Cuba, to the naval base there, and we are told that more flights are on the way this week as well. So this operation, of course, is fulfilling that promise made by President Trump to convert the naval base there into a massive detention center to hold as many as 30,000 people, even though the number of detainees has not reached that point at all.
Fascinating. Camilo Montoya Galvez, thank you very much for coming by.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.